And Fushimi Inari is the other that needs to settle. Lefort Beyond went up. We're now ready. Gates go back for the first leg of the pick six, and they're off and racing from that 1600 meter marker. And I thought Elastic Man probably could have got a better start. We'll go to the left-hand side, and in front is Captain Efficient. Got the call by just over a length. Was Broadway in second. Right there's Rock of Ages, red body and black cap. Touched by Stars has got the lime green silks. And Elastic Man, who pulled fiercely going down to the start, is now ripped off to go and lead them. Holocene towards the outside. Then comes Fushimi Inari. Uncle Lucky has got the two shades of brown, and he 4 lengths off the leader. Lefort Beyond's behind that one. Mutarazi travels alongside Tronador, and they're about 6 lengths off the leader. So Elastic Man's done a lot of work in the early parts of the race, is in front, I would say, just from Broadway in second. Then comes Captain Efficient. Behind that is Rock of Ages. On the outside is Holocene. Then Touched by Stars, who's got 4 lengths to make up. Tronador's got the red sleeves and the white body. Fushimi Inari is the grey, starting to work into the race. Uncle Lucky, Mutarazi, and out back is Lefort Beyond. Take your pick at the 400 meter marker. They spread right across the track. Broadway coming to the lead. On the inside is Captain Efficient, Touched by Stars. Holocene's on the outside. Fushimi Inari is now being asked to run and got 2 lengths to make up. It's Holocene. Mutarazi and Fushimi Inari is starting to work into the race smartly. Here comes Mutarazi. Mutarazi has burst into the lead. Mutarazi, Fushimi Inari, but Mutarazi's got the momentum to just win. Mutarazi, gutsy win, beats Fushimi Inari. Holocene behind that, and Touched by Stars. Turned out to be a tight finish. Mutarazi starts to burst its way through. Craig Zaki nice and strong in the saddle. There was early money for this individual. Well done to Alec Laird. Well done to Messrs. GC Cornwall, J.A. Carr, J.P. Ray, and the Canine Solutions, Mr. D.C. O'Driscoll. Bred by the Wilgerbosdrift and Maritzfontein Stud Farm. 250,000 Rand is what number 10 Mutarazi cost, and gets it right at the 4th time of asking. I'll hand you back to the studio. Jackpot 1 starts in race 5.
Well, we went with the market. The market said from early today, even yesterday, that Mutarazi had to be the right one over here. We leant towards the 2-year-olds. The older horses didn't really look like they had much going for them. And the 2 horses that we expected to fight it out did, Mutarazi and Fushimi Inari. And they came together at the right time. But you were sitting well off the pace. You were biding your time. You're 3-4 lengths off them, watching all that was going on in front of you. Enjoyed the trip today up to 1,600 metres, Craig. And, yeah, it came through, challenged by Diego. You went hammer and tongs at the line, but it was tight, but you got there.
Yeah, he showed a lot of heart and some game at the end. Very easy horse to ride. He's very laid back. He had a very good break, and they ended up going a nice fraction, and he sort of dropped the bird, and I didn't want to hold him in a spot where he was forced to have, and I thought I had the right horses around me, so I just bided my time, got a nice little gap, and I must say, when he put his head in front, he actually did start to think about it. But he's also where the penny hasn't dropped, and he's got a lot of room for improvement.
Rest of today, what do you think of your rest of rides for today? So you've got another one for Alec later.
Yeah, William, I know must be my next best. I like both of Mr. Laird's horses today, and I'm hoping he can come through for me.
Big day on Saturday. You've got the drive in you to win a July. What's your card look like on Saturday? What are your hopes and aspirations for this weekend?
Yeah, a big weekend ahead. I've got quite a lot of rides. Good rides, some at good draws, some at bad. But an ounce of luck, and could be a very, very good day ahead.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, big crowd expected too, so it'll be massive.
Yeah, Hollywood seems to have been putting on a show of late, and can only imagine with them and the Durban July coming, it's going to be a big one.
Well done, Craig. Excellent ride.
Thank you. Well done to Mr. Laird, to his whole team, Moffat. They did all the hard work, so all credit to them, to all the partners involved here. Thank you, and to my sponsors, Maritzfontein and Wilgerbosdrift. Thanks.
Well done. That's Craig Zaki. We're going to move on to Alec Laird. You've got runners on Sunday, I heard you saying, Tim. Are you riding for you on Sunday?
Big day Saturday. I hope he can make it Sunday. So.
Are you going to be back Sunday, is the question?
Yeah.
Well, you've only got one runner on Saturday, but we'll talk about Billy in a second. Well done with this horse because, just judging on the form and that, it looked like it would step up and trip and go well. And I thought a tremendous ride by Craig because he rode a perfect race.
Top ride, I thought, yes. He looked after him nicely and he got him going when it mattered. I think he knew the horse. You can't tell a guy how to ride a horse that's in a straight mile for the first time. It's a tricky race. I left it to him, obviously. But I'm very glad that he won. He's got a progressive look about him. He's still an immature horse. I'm very glad for the owners because it's a change of form a bit, and it also puts us in form just in time for the July.
Well, the one owner, Mr. Cornwell's had lots of horses with you over time.
Oh, he's an absolute soldier. He's been with me a long time, and he deserves a good horse now, which we hope we got one in the wings. It'll be nice to do that for him because he's always been a good owner for me. And the guys that come along with also, they supported me well. JP and
Jeremy Carr,
and then Dennis had to coerce Dennis to take a share, but he came with me to the farm and he loved this horse on the farm, and then he didn't take a share, but he eventually came in, so it's nice for him to also be involved.
Well, you've been there and done it before at the Durban July. You had the Great Horse London News. You know what it takes to win a July. You're represented by Billy Bowlegs. He might have snuck in terms of down at the bottom end of the scale. But, when I was looking at it again last night, distance and course will suit him, I think. I think he's got lots going for him.
Yeah, look, we've got a runner. As I said, I'm quite excited because it's a runner with a chance. It's not He's not just to make up the field, in my opinion. He's. I was quite pleased with the way his last run was a tremendous run. A length off those horses, they're top horses, as a young 3-year-old, and it didn't all go his way. The pace was a bit muddly, and he's got a big stride, so he broke his stride a few times. Which we hope it doesn't happen on Saturday. Hopefully it's a true run race or not, or at least an even sort of race, and he'll give a good account of himself.
Sean Veal's the jockey that you've chosen to ride him. How did that come about?
Yeah, he's got an association with Mark and Laura de Haast, and he can do the weight, and he was very willing to come. He came up 3 times to work Billy in his workouts to get him knowing better, and it's gone according to plan.
Okay, well, let's hope for the best for you. You've got a ticket there, so let's see you down in Durban. Hope all goes well.
Tough race, but and as you know, there's 18 horses jumping out those gates. All 18 are they're giving no inch, all trying to win. So we just need luck and running.
I just hate if you do win it, I hate to see the state of Joe DeMatta on the course. That's the one thing I'm worried about.
Well, I've never seen Joe get out of hand.
Oh, you might just do. This is a childhood dream of his to win the July.
For most owners.
For most owners, yeah, absolutely. Well, you're going to pick up a £7,500 check. Not all your owners are members of the Racehorse Owners Association. It was a pity because they would have picked up double that.
Of course. Look, it's hopefully encourages them to join.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the cherry there. Okay, fine. And then we've got £1,500 for the groom. I don't know if we've got the groom here. I think we'll give that check over to Alec to hand over to his groom, Moffat. £1,500. Was he there? I think he's dashed away. Okay, so £1,500. That's confirmation that you're going to hand over to your groom. Congratulations, Alec. Well done to you, and we'll speak soon, hopefully. That's Alec Laird, provided the winner of the opening leg of the Pick 6. It was a popular win, I've got to tell you that, because this horse didn't stop shortening all the way through. Mutarazi's beaten Fushimi and Nari for second. The 2-year-olds did hold sway there, we said that. Holocene was on third, and then the horse called Touched by Stars for Brett Warren into fourth.